Live from the Georgia Dome, it's the Class 4A championship ball game featuring the Cougars of Chattahoochee and the Panthers of Starrs Mill, both at 14-0. One will be your state champion after this championship contest from the Georgia Dome. And we welcome you, everybody, inside of the booth upstairs here at the Georgia Dome. Charles Ward alongside Atlanta Falcons legend Jeff Van Note. And in this ball game tonight, there will be one team that goes home disappointed, but we can assure you of one thing: you will not be disappointed in the level of talent that you'll see in this ball game tonight. Jeff, in this contest tonight, 6 players on these two teams holding a collective 16 individual school records.
Great matchup. I think Chattahoochee, great offensive firepower, 30 points in 10 games, 40 points in their final 8. You look on the other side and you see Starrs Hill. They have held 9 opponents, to under 10 points. So nice little defense-offensive matchup maybe.
Offense is the name of the game for the Cougars of Chattahoochee, and they are led by this young man on your screen, Timmy Byerly. Byerly, the quarterback, and holds 9 school records at Chattahoochee.
Timmy Byerly does it all for him. I mean, 50 touchdowns scored in one season. Charles, that's more than most teams will score. He himself, 50 touchdowns running and passing the ball.
And this young man, Kane Whitehurst, also contributing mighty heavily to that Cougar offense. Take a look at his numbers on the season, 69 receptions, and Whitehurst a real threat for that Cougar offense.
Yeah, record-setting wide receiver. He also has returned 4 touchdowns, 4 returns for touchdowns. Great young player.
Terry Crowder is the head coach of the Cougars of Chattahoochee, and we caught up with him earlier the week to get his thoughts about what you'll see tonight in this championship ball game from the Cougars.
We're a spread football team, and we try to run the ball and throw the ball. It just really depends on what we get defensively. We'll use 2 tight ends. We'll use 5 wideouts. So whatever we think we need to do to move the ball. Defensively, we're a 3-3-5 team. We'll try to blitz some. Some games we'll just play defense and drop 8. So multiple looks on defense.
Coach Crowder and the Cougars will really have to pay real close attention on defense to our potent Panthers team from Starrs Mill. They run it more than the Cougars do, but at quarterback for the Panthers of Starrs Mill, they get a lot of push from Adam Holly.
Adam Holly is a nice scorer in his own right. He's got 28 touchdowns on the year. Record-setting passing performance this year for Starrs Hill in 252 yards throwing the ball. Very, very capable.
In addition to Holly, on the defensive side for the Panthers of Starrs Mill, Eric Arbogast really turning in some good numbers from his free safety spot.
Well, we talked a little bit about the defensive numbers, and he's their leading tackler coming from the safety spot. He's also got 3 interceptions on the year. He'll be up at the line of scrimmage a lot tonight.
Starrs Mill's coached by Chad Phillips. Coach Phillips in his first campaign at Starrs Mill. We caught up with him earlier in the week, and here's what you can expect from the Panthers in this championship ball game.
Well, on offense, you can expect a spread look led by senior quarterback Adam Holly. 1,500 yards passing, about 1,200 yards rushing. Makes super decisions. He's a coach's son, been around the game his whole life. But it's a blend of a Gus Malzahn offense with a Tony Franklin passing game in it, and a lot of what you see in college football now. Defensively, we run a 3-5, a stack defense, which a lot of high schools run because it's so multiple and adjusts to different things. And you see a lot of different things in high school, so this defense is adjust very easy to the different looks you see each week.
A lot of talent on this football field tonight for this 4A championship ball game. We have some talent as well down at sideline. It's John Nelson. Good evening, Nelly.
Good evening, Charles, to you, and note talent in the loosest sense of the word. Terry Crowder, as an assistant coach, is 1-1 in championships, losing in the first game GPB ever did back in 1997, winning in 2003 as an assistant coach with Jeff Herron at Camden County. As a head coach, he told his team this week that he wants to win it for his players and for the coaches and everybody that gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning just to make the program a success. He also said to his team this week that the Dome changes you. Television changes you, and what you're trying to do is get adjusted to this situation as quickly as humanly possible, and you're trying to be the one team that's playing for a championship, Charles and Jeff, and not the team that's just happy to be here. Send it back upstairs.
Thank you, John. We're live from the Dome, and championship football is just ahead. Will it be the Cougars or the Panthers who are crowned 4A champs in the state? The answer starts after this break.
The 2010 Georgia High School Association State Football Championships, made possible in part by Regions Bank. It's time to expect more. Georgia's Electric Membership Corporation, lighting the way. By the Georgia Student Finance Commission. GAcollege411.org can help you plan, apply, and pay for college. And by viewers like you. Thank you. The GHSA would like to thank State Farm, Verizon Wireless, and Wilson for their support of GHSA athletic activities.
Broadcast of this program is made possible in part by the following.
As leaders in our communities, Georgia's locally owned and operated electric membership corporations are proud to sponsor the Georgia High School Association and to help our student athletes become the leaders of tomorrow. Georgia's electric membership corporations, lighting the way.
GPB would like to thank the following corporations for their generous donation of hospitality suites for this weekend's GHSA Championship Games.
Merry Christmas from Georgia Public Broadcasting.
This program on GPB is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
There for you and life's daily miracles.
Back live inside of the Georgia Dome. We get set for the 4A championship ball game. Cougars of Chattahoochee a perfect 14-0, and so are the Panthers of Stars Mills. From the Georgia Dome, it's the 4A championship ball game, an exciting one on hand for you. We highlighted the talent that you'll see in this ball game tonight, and a lot of it will be coming from that team as soon as they break through their banner. It's the Panthers of Stars Mills. Neither team with a championship to their credit, but tonight, one will be able to say differently. Thunderous crowd here inside the dome for this 4A championship as they await. And coming out on the field now, you see the Cougars of Chattahoochee. Out of Region 7, 4A champs, ranked 5th in the state.
Charles, you sometimes forget the pageantry that goes along with high school football.
And here's some of the pageantry right here as the Panthers of Stars Mill finally make it onto the football field. To a very receptive crowd. Stars Mill, school opened in 1997, services the Fayetteville and Peachtree City area. And Chattahoochee Hills, up in the Johns Creek area, opened its doors in 1991. So for the Cougars of Chattahoochee, they got here to the Georgia Dome with wins in the playoffs over Pope in the first round, then a tough Marist matchup that they won late in that ball game. They defeated Dutchtown, and then another tough ball game in the semifinals against the Blue Devils of Statesboro. That one coming down to a field goal by their kicker, Lakin. Now for the Panthers of Stars Mill, this is how they made it here for the championship ball game. Hardaway in the first round, then Brunswick in a tough contest for the Panthers to overcome there. East Spalding, and then a 1-point win for the Panthers over Tucker in the semifinals. So Jeff, both teams coming off 1-point wins in the semifinals to get here to this championship contest.
You know, a lot of people say that's luck a lot of times when you win close or you come from behind, but in reality it's the resilience to hang in there and have that 1-point win.
Lake up to kick it away. Ruff stands in the end zone, or Little will handle it there. That'll be for the touchback, and it'll be the Panthers of Stars Mill starting the first drive of this championship ball game from the 20-yard line. Panthers led by Adam Holly, 116 completions on 189 attempts, 1,600 yards, 12 TDs, just 7 interceptions. Holds the school record for most yards in a single game with 252. So Holly and the Panthers to the line of scrimmage. In motion comes Riddle. They'll go back to the inside on the dive play. It's Lasky on the carry for the Panthers. As we take a look at the starting lineup for the Panthers of Starrs Mill. Tackles Woods, Barr, Musgrove, Dorsey, and Stone. That's a big group up front for Starrs Mill. They average 268. Riddle, Lasky, the running backs, Green, Thielen, and Hubbard. The receiving core for the Panthers of Starrs Mill. Talk more about these players as this ball game progresses, but Lasky and Green, the wideout, have had heavy contributions for the Panthers. On the option pitch, right side to Riddle. Tries to turn back to the inside. And Baron Dixon makes the stop for the Cougars of Chattahoochee. Dixon, 52 tackles coming into tonight's ball game as we take a look at the starting lineup for the Cougars. Gomez, Musser, and Frankowitz down in the trenches. It's Blanks, Gregory, Campbell, Sutherland, and Johnson. That 5 linebacking core for the Cougars. With Johnson, that's Will Johnson, Hunter Thomas, and Trey Hart. The secondary for Chattahoochee. Third down. And 3 now for Starrs Mill. Opening possession in the 4A championship. Holly will keep it on the ground. Carry by Lasky. Breaks 1 tackle. Good effort there by Zach Lasky on the carry. Will come up short of the first down marker as Sutherland makes the stop for the Cougars defensively.
Well, that's a great effort by Sutherland and Hunter Thomas to keep Lasky from breaking that first down plane. And the play before, you said Dixon, and where he made that tackle way out on the outside, he came from inside. He's playing over the nose. Moves very well for a big man.
So that'll bring up 4th down. Matt Hubbard now will backpedal to kick it away for the Panthers. Hunter Thomas and Kane Whitehurst, both very dangerous returners, set to return the punt. Hubbard with the kick, fair catch called for and squeezed near the 37-yard line by Hunter Thomas. And the Cougars of Chattahoochee will start their first drive in fairly decent field position here, Jeff.
Well, you know, that's the hidden yardage that's often overlooked in a football game, but start them on the 20, they get out to the 9, and all of a sudden you got it on the 37 of yours. That's you picked up 8 yards there almost, but even more so than the fact that they were the 20 and you're on the 37.
Timmy Byerly, the quarterback for the Cougars of Chattahoochee, take a look at his numbers. Holds 9 passing and rushing records at Chattahoochee. He will start from shotgun. 3 receivers at the top of your screen. They throw it a lot. Byerly dumps it out in the flats. This one goes incomplete. It was intended for the tight end, Josh Gregory. Coming out of the slot position was Gregory. That one's incomplete. Cougars started out this way up front. It's Kiefer, Dumont, Gillison, Mills, and Skillingstad. The men in the trenches for the Cougars. It'll be Chase Nelson, the freshman. He gets a lot of carries at running back. Hunter Thomas, Josh Gregory, Will Johnson, and Kane Whitehurst, a receiving core for the Cougars. Keep a real strong eye on Whitehurst. He's the playmaker for the Cougars. 2nd down now, movement at the line of scrimmage.
False start on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
So Bob Preston indicates that it's the Cougars who jumped early here. First penalty of this championship ball game. And the Cougars now push back to their own 32-yard line. 2nd down coming now for Chattahoochee. Tight slot at the bottom of your screen. On the ground. Byerly will keep it left side. Not a whole lot there. Kamalu on the stop for the Panthers of Starrs Mill.
Kamalu, interesting prospect. 6'6", 250 pounds.
Take a look at the starters for the Panthers defensively. Thomas, Brown, and Kamalu just made the stop up front. Linebacking core, Tira, Eason, Muska, Goodrich, and Carson. Gotta like those names as linebackers. Thielen, Armagost, and Riddle the secondary for the Panthers. They'll be challenged now as Byerly stops in the pocket. Now he'll take it and run left side. Got a block there. Byerly trots out of bounds after he runs for the Chattahoochee first down. Jeff, we were warned that he could take you out in the air and take you out on the ground. Good running effort there by Timmy Byerly.
Yeah, he's very smooth. I mean, he's fast. You can tell he's fast, but it's a very smooth operation for all of a sudden to tuck it and run and pick up that first down. Felt the blitz, did a nice job of getting away from it.
1st and 10 for the Cougars from their own 48. They'll go on the ground, slicing back to the inside. It's Chase Nelson on the carry for the Cougars, and Nelson may have gotten it back to the line of scrimmage, perhaps a half yard, but not much more.
Once again, Kamalu in there. Has not played a lot of football, transferred into Stars Mill from California, and a great prospect, though, at 6'6", 250 pounds. 2 tackles already in today's game.
2nd down and 9 now for the Cougars. Byerly kick it into the belly. On the carry, left side. Up ahead is Chase Nelson, and Nelson inside of Panther territory, down to the 35-yard line. Cougar offense is absolutely a complete team as you take a look at this replay. Gaping hole up front. Good push out there.
Nice job by Kiefer and Dumont on the left side of Chattahoochee. Good splits, and against that 3-man line, it really opened up a natural hole behind the guard, Dumont.
1st and 10 from the 35, Jeff. Now they go back inside. It's Nelson once again, but crunched at the line of scrimmage. Panthers tighten it down on the inside.
Kamalu once again with another stop. Unofficially 3 tackles in the first drive. He's making his presence known.
2nd down effort now for the Cougars at the Panther 35. Byerly to shotgun. 4 up front for the Panthers. Byerly taking a look downfield. Here comes the pressure. They flush him right side. He's got some room if he can turn the corner here. Byerly crunched there after about a 2-yard pickup. Armagoss covering at the corner. Got some help from Elijah Goodrich from the linebacking spot.
It's Paul Basilone, the left defensive end. I'm sorry, I had 58. It's Jack Thomas, 56. Very nice spin move. Working against Skillingstad, the right tackle. He's the one who forced pressure. Forced Byerly outside.
Armagoss with the stop leads the Panthers in tackles. And the first 3rd down effort now for the Cougars. Here comes the pressure. Pass going to be incomplete near the 15-yard line. Intended downfield for Christian Sutherland, but it was Jake Thielen coming in to knock it away for the Panthers. So Stars Mill shutting down that Cougar offense, bringing up a 4th down play.
A lot of blitzing in this very first series, trying to shake up Byerly a little bit. Davis Austin that time came free on the blitz.
Amu Lakeup now on to try a field goal. Looks like it's going to be about a 50-yard effort for Lakeup and the Cougars. Lakeup with the kick. You hear the thud in the dome. Got plenty of leg on it. And Lakeup drives it through for the Cougars. They take a 3-0 lead over the Panthers of Stars Mill. You're watching the 2010 GHSA State Football Championship on GPB.
On GPB is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
Amu Lakeup hits one from 50 yards away and gives the Cougars of Chattahoochee an early lead here in the 4A championship ball game with nearly 7 minutes left in this first quarter. Cougars with a 3-0 advantage, getting set to kick it to the Panthers.
Lakeup hit those 2 game winners during the playoff. The 51-yarder that beat Marist and a 27-yarder that beat Statesboro. That's strong leg.
Yeah. Lakeup with the kick, showing that leg again. Backpedaling to the end zone. And it'll be Randon Ruff having to catch it there, and the Panthers coming out to the 20 to start this drive.
Now that's a high school rule. It goes in the end zone. It's automatic. I like that. I like that for high school. It's a good rule.
Panthers after the touchback starting from the 20.
Plus, it's a good weapon for the kicking team, too.
Yeah, you get advantage. You get paid for the fact that you can really kick it into the end zone.
80-yard drives are hard.
Holly going to go shotgun. They keep it on the inside on the option play. It's Lasky with the carry to the inside. Lasky injured in the semifinal ball game, just cleared to play in this championship ball game, and we'll see if there are any ill effects of that injury in that contest last weekend.
Well, they need his inside presence. It's you talked about the offensive line. These are two big offensive lines, but his inside presence, and he's also got some speed. He had a 56-yard touchdown during the playoffs.
Holly, short drop, fires in the flats. Catch made at the corner by Green. Green with its first grab of the ball game. Walks it past the 30, up near the 33, and good enough for a Panther first down. Trey hard on the coverage for the Cougars, but after the catch and run by Green.
A little simple stop pattern. Chattahoochee playing a zone, giving him a lot of clearance. 6'5", 200-pound man. Understandable. Good target.
Green already committed to Georgia Tech. Picks up the first down. Holly low under center now. Shotgun rolls right side. Raises, pumps up field. Got a man there near the 40. Catch is made by Ruff. And Ruff about 3 yards shy of the first down. Will Johnson on the stop for the Cougars, but nice execution there by the quarterback, Adam Holly. Holly showing all the fundamentals here, Jeff. And part of the reason is that his father, Brian Holly, is the offensive coordinator for the Panthers.
Well, that's a good point, Charles, because he showed pocket presence the pass before. This time the rollout, throwing on the run.
Second down. Misdirection. Holly will keep it himself. Right side, runs it past midfield. Holly to the 41. Johnson with the touchdown saving tackle for the Cougars. That Panther line averaging 268 pounds, creating some gaping holes for Holly to run through there. First down pickup by the quarterback, Holly. To the Cougar 42. They go option on the inside. It's Lasky looking for room, but denied at the line of scrimmage. Cooper Campbell in on the stop there for the Cougars of Chattahoochee.
A little misdirection, trying to see if there's some tendency being played by Chattahoochee. And everybody stayed where they were supposed to, especially Cooper Campbell.
Campbell had 89 tackles during the regular season.
Not a big middle linebacker, about 6'2", 190-pounder, but runs very well, diagnoses well. You got it too in that spot.
Leads the team in tackles for loss with 18 coming into tonight's ball game. Second down effort here for the Panthers. A man in motion. They'll get it that way. At the corner, Lasky looking for room and hit there after about a 2-yard pickup. And defensive Chattahoochee playing it well. Christian Sutherland and Juan Gomez making the stop on Lasky. So far, the Chattahoochee defense has done a good job of containing Zach Lasky.
They have the speed sweep there, and Christian Sutherland, the second time you called his name tonight, Charles, for a tackle. He's sort of a hybrid cornerback linebacker type of a player.
Third down coming here, 3rd and 8 for the Panthers. Holly, short roll to his left, got some time. Now they're flushing right side. He's got some room if he can find the crease to the inside. Runs it inside of the 40 down to the 38-yard line, and Cooper Campbell in on the stop for the Cougars again.
Good coverage downfield. Nobody open. You come this way as he comes towards the Stars Mill bench. You really limit what you can do downfield, so it's nice coverage by Chattahoochee, and then he tried to make a play with his legs.
Now the Panthers of Stars Mill facing a 4th down and about 7. And they appear to be going for it. So first-year coach Chad Phillips and the Panthers trying to make a statement about their offense here. From the 39. And whistles before that play gets off. think it was the timeout taken.
Stars Mill's first timeout.
I want to think about this a little bit more.
GPB is the only station to broadcast the state high school football championships year after year. Now it's your turn to score big with a small donation to GPB. Text GPB to 85944 to donate $5. Remember to reply yes to confirm your donation. Standard data and text messaging rates apply. A one-time charge of $5 will be added to your phone bill. Support these great games and great kids. And thanks so much from all of us at GPB. Jeff, you going to do it during the game or afterwards? Texting.
The texting. I'm not quite there. I've got a cell phone and a computer, but I'm not quite to the text generation yet. Fingers are too fat.
After the timeout, the Panthers think better of it, and they decide to punt it away. And Matt Hubbard will stand on the Panther side of the field to do that. Back deep is Hunter Thomas. High kick by Hubbard over the head of Thomas. Bounces near the 5. Got the corner. Hubbard got the corner on the kick. Boy, you can't place it down there any better than that, Jeff.
A good call. Good call by the coach. And then his punter really delivered for him.
GPB Sports Central wraps up the football season Wednesday night at 7:30 with a look back at these state championship games, plus the final polls for all 5 classifications. Make sure to catch GPB Sports Central on Wednesday night at 7:30 and an encore presentation on Friday nights at 11 and Saturdays at noon. So the Cougars now pent deep in their own territory. They lead it by 3. Starting this drive. Byerly lines up in shotgun in the end zone. Coming at the corners, Byerly looking for room, hurdles over the line. May have gotten a yard for the effort. Byerly, a running threat for the Cougars of Chattahoochee.
Oh, just a little lead play. His fullback Chase Nelson, number 40. Led through the hole off the left guard, and really not much there. Nice job by Stars Miller bottling it up.
Over 1,300 yards on the ground for Byerly. Second down. And they'll go on the ground. This time it's Nelson's got some room. Nelson past the 20-yard line up near the 22-yard line. Alex Riddle on the stop for the Panthers, but that's a big play for the Cougar offense to get that needed breathing room, Jeff.
Nice job by the offensive line, especially the left side there of Kiefer and Dumont. Nelson is just a freshman, but he averaged better than 10 yards a carry this season. Big play.
Cougars get the sense now they're starting to get their feet up under them offensively. Byerly, shotgun, 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. He'll keep it himself. Slices right side. Byerly near the 24-yard line. Foma Kamalu on the stop for the Panthers. And we're talking about Kamalu in terms of his limited playing time prior to coming to the Panthers of Stars Mills.
Well, they've done a nice job of coaching the young man up for limited background in football. He's got great size, though, and he's really playing well tonight. That's 3 or 4 tackles already.
Second down effort here for the Cougars. Byerly's got some time. Fires to the sideline. Catch made there near the 35-yard line. Nice catch downfield by Hunter Thomas.
Good enough for the first down. A little pressure on the backside. It's coming from number 56, Jack Thomas, the left defensive end, working against 67, Skillingstad. But just enough time. Skillingstad keeps him out just enough time to get the pass off.
Riddle made the stop for the Panthers, but it comes after the first down grab by Thomas. So 1st and 10 from the 36 now for the Cougars. Whistles at the line of scrimmage. Likely going to have a procedure call here, but we'll wait.
Ball, false start, offense. Repeat first down.
So the Cougars get pushed back 5. Their second penalty of this first quarter. We're at 62 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Chattahoochee with a 3-0 lead after a 50-yard field goal. Amu Lacob.
first quarter has moved along. Of course, been a lot on the ground. The two teams like to grind it out.
So 1st and 15 now. Barley with the snap, pressure at the corners. He'll step up, but he'll be sacked behind the line of scrimmage. Goodrich makes the stop. They'll likely give him credit for a run there, but Elijah Goodrich from its linebacking spot closed the gap and made the stop on Byerly.
Stars Mill is decided. That's a lot of blitzing so far tonight. They're not just sending 3 or 4, but usually 5, and they've blitzed a number of times already in the first quarter.
So second in the bunch now for the Cougars. They come near the end of this first quarter. They'll get this play off before the break, though. Byerly in the pocket, looks upfield. He'll try to tuck and run, and runs right into a Panther wall. Stars Mills making a big play as we come to the end of the first quarter. Muska and Khumalo do it. Cougars lead it 3-0. You're watching the 2010 GHSA State Football Championships on GPB.
Mail. Delivery. Go on. All right. New record.
Broadcast of this program is made possible in part by the following.
As a strong, stable bank, we're always looking for opportunities to boost the vitality of our communities by supporting local events and finding financial solutions for our customers in all economic times. Regions is proud to be a partner with Georgia Public Broadcasting in building a better Georgia.
Fall is the time to apply for college, and preparation is key to success. GeorgiaCollege411.org is the smart place to explore careers and plan high school classes. It helps students prepare and study for entrance tests and is a source for sending transcripts and applications.
Give me all your aces. Ha. Read them and weep. Yes.
This program on GPB is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
There for you and life's daily miracles.
When the music's over.
Meet the legendary band that broke all the rules in a film about the Doors. Only on American Masters.
Back to the second quarter. We go down the sideline. John Nelson. Nelly.
Thank you, Charles. Here's a way to make your weekend enjoyable on a bunch of different levels. If you're watching, go to your computer, be a part of our live chat. Go to gpb.org/football. Click on the game. Be a part. Bob Houghton to be a part of this entire weekend. We've already heard from 76 countries. It's time to hear from you at gpb.org/football.
Trying to hear from the Cougars now as we start this second quarter. Byerly fires upfield near the 46 as Whitehurst makes his first grab of the football game, and it's good enough for a Cougar first down with Armagost holding on defensively for the Panthers.
Well, it's a nice job. Gregory gets a nice block to give a little bit of time for Byerly, get him outside on a little bit of a sprint out. Looked like a stop route of some kind by Whitehurst, but he comes back for the ball. Big first down, 3rd and 15.
Byerly with his second completion of this first half. That one good for the first down. Football just inside of Panther territory. Glad you could join us for our coverage of the 4A championship. Charles Ward and Jeff Van Oak, John Nelson at sideline. Arranging left side on the carry is Josh Gregory for the Cougars. He'll work it down near the 45. Gregory, the senior. Not many carries on the year, but a good, strong effort there.
Yeah, known more for his defensive play at linebacker. But as I said the play before, we put a nice block on to be able to get Byerly outside on the sprint.
Second down and 6 now for Chattahoochee.
Three receivers, top of the screen for Byerly. He'll roll it that way. Fake the option, he'll keep it himself, runs it inside the 45 down to the 43. Kamalu and Thomas combine for the stop for Stars Mill.
Two good-sized defensive ends in this 34 front, or three-man front. And Kamalu, as we said, 6'6", 250. Thomas is about 6'3", 230. Good-sized defensive ends, doing a nice job.
Third down play coming now. Cougars at the Panther 44. Byerly in shotgun. Pressure up the middle by Kamalu. They got a hand on him, but the elusive Byerly escapes and ducks it out at the sideline. Hunter Thomas with the grab. He'll take it inside of the 35. Thielen makes the stop for Stars Mill, but that's a bang-bang, excellent play there by the Cougars. Byerly keeping it alive and finding one of his favorite targets.
Just a remarkable play by Byerly. Should have been sacked. Should have gone down. He breaks free and still has the presence. A good job by Hunter coming back a little bit, but staying in front of the sticks for the first.
Down to the 29-yard line. That you cannot teach. Shotgun, Byerly. Gives it on the inside. Nelson looking for running room. Got it near the 27. Just so many weapons with that Cougar offense, Jeff. They come at you on the ground and through the air.
Well, all of these spread offenses that are taking over, certainly in high school and colleges, the main thing is a quarterback play. You've got to have quarterbacks that can do a lot. We've got two of those tonight here in Holly and Byerly.
Right now it's the Cougars and Byerly inside of Panther territory, threatening their second score of the ballgame. Byerly with a quick drop. Catch made by Whitehurst. Whitehurst with space. Works it inside of the 15. He's down near the 12-yard line. Riddle chases and makes the stop for the Panthers.
Now that's just the corner. I think it's number 2, Eric Armagost, who is, we talked a little bit about in the pregame. He comes on a blitz, vacates that area. Whitehurst just settles down into it, and Byerly just pops it to him. Nice play.
Whitehurst set the school record in receptions this year. This play has been stopped here. But Kane Whitehurst, a senior, now with 80 grabs, a couple more here in this ball game, just adding to his school record. 1,200 plus yards this season for the senior wideout.
Byerly's doing a wonderful job moving the ball through the air. This drive started at the 1-yard line. They've come off the 1.
Right now down at the 12 of the Panthers. Byerly gives it to Nelson. Nelson in the second wave of that Panther defense bangs his way inside of the 5, down near the 3. Alex Riddle makes the stop for that Panther defense.
Second time tonight that Nelson, the young freshman, has hit it over the left side behind Kirk Dumont, 6 foot, 251-pound guard, and Matt Kiefer, 6'4", 265-pound left tackle. It's a little size on that left side there. Nice hole.
Into the first quarter, Nelson with 4 carries for 37 yards, close to his 10-point-plus average per carry in that first quarter. Tacking on here with a nice run. Second and about a yard to go inside of the 5. Byerly will keep it left side, plenty of room, and Teddy Byerly gets the first touchdown of the ball game. It goes to the Cougars of Chattahoochee, who build on their lead.
Well, excellent blocking. I mean, they just did a nice job of sealing that entire left side. Once again, Dumont and Kiefer on that side. Good block by the center, too. Gillison.
The word methodical comes to mind as the Cougars take that football 99.5 yards. Whew. Lacob now on to try the point after. Lacob is good on the extra point attempt, and the Cougars build a 10-0 lead over the Panthers at Stars Mill. Very impressive drive by Chattahoochee.
A couple of runs mixed in, but mostly throwing the ball, and Byerly very heads up. Ad-libbed a little bit there a couple of times, and very successful throwing the football in that drive.
So Byerly runs it in from 3 yards away. And No time to panic for the Panthers here, but surely they want to get an answer to that score if they can on this possession. The last thing you want to do is play behind this Cougar team.
Well, that's the truth. And we talked a little bit about in the pregame, and I've talked to some people about Starrs Mill. Good defensive team. Had held 9 opponents to less than 10 points. And you don't want to get far behind. You need to answer somehow, even just with just a field goal.
14-play, 99-yard drive, 6+ minutes for the Cougars. It's Riddle on the return for the Panthers. Riddle got it up to the 22-yard line, but took a hard shot there from Marcus Sayles on the return. Riddle okay after that tough hit by Sayles. Panthers of Starrs Mill looking for their first championship this season. Second undefeated season for Starrs Mill, and their first in the year 2000. Best playoff finish was in that same year when they lost to the Hoyas of Harrison 31-24 in the semifinals. Holly will keep it on the ground. Option pitch left side. Riddle looking for room, but wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Good open field tackle there by Christian Sutherland for the Cougars.
Sutherland does a nice job of standing up with Matt Hubbard, the tight end's trying to block him and trying to lead block him a little bit, but he does a nice job of standing it off that block and making that tackle.
Pick up of a half yard on that play by Riddle. Slot is at the bottom of the screen for this second down effort coming here by the Panthers. Holly, slight roll to his right, looking at the corner. Now here comes the pressure. Fires it downfield and incomplete. Beyond the Panther bench, intended for Random Ruff. So the Cougars, good defensive pressure there on Holly as he rolls right side.
They're only rushing 3. Dixon in the middle once again. Great range for a nose guard. Good size, but the range. He was the one out in Holly's face as he let that ball go out of bounds.
Cougar defense coming into this ball game, if vulnerable anywhere, is on the run. Giving up 200 yards on 6 occasions during the season on the run, but right now they got things right where they want it. They have the Panthers passing the football. Holly on a third down effort here has to pass it again. Avoids the pressure, now slots toward the sideline. Holly looking for a block, but tripped up from behind by Ben Blanks for the Cougars, short of the first down. Good recognition there by Adam Holly, but that's good coverage by the Cougars to catch up with the play.
Yeah, he's trying to make a play with his feet. He's done that very well this year. 11 touchdowns rushing.
So Matt Hubbard, Jeff, I'm sorry, coming on now to kick it away. Thomas and Whitehurst stand deep. Whitehurst, a real threat, as is Thomas in returning the football. Beautiful kick there by Matt Hubbard. Fair catch called for by Whitehurst. He'll grab it near the 27-yard line. So Matt Hubbard with a fine job of punting the football away for the Panthers. 10-0 lead for the Cougars of Chattahoochee over Starrs Mill. You're watching the 2010 GHSA State Football Championships on GPB.
On GPB is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
6 minutes, 32 seconds remaining in the first half. So far, it's been all Cougars of Chattahoochee in this 4A championship ball game. They lead at 10-0. They got a 50-yard field goal from Amu Lacob. And then about a 3-yard scamper by quarterback Timmy Byerly to take that 10-0 lead. And a real dangerous area here for the Panthers of Stars Mills, Jeff. They have got to at least make a stop here on Chattahoochee.
Yes, you can't get too far behind, because then you get into a game where it takes you out of your balance. You'll be throwing, trying to make a big play all the time.
Byerly, shotgun. Slide a man in motion down the line of scrimmage. Flag thrown.
Dead ball, false snap on the offense. Replay first down.
Kind of getting into your area there, aren't they, Jeff?
False snap. Bad snaps I've heard a lot of. You know, that's the third penalty, the third non-athletic penalty so far. They've been able to overcome 2 of them, though, Charles. The very first time they didn't. Well, that's the time they got the field goal. They've been able to overcome all 3 of them so far, or 2 of them so far.
Byerly going to keep it on this 1st and 15 effort. He'll run it out of bounds near the 30-yard line. He got about 7 on that play.
He looks so effortlessly when he runs. I mean, I know he's got some speed. I mean, you just don't crank out that kind of yardage and 50 touchdowns, 30 and 20. 20 running, 30 passing, unless you have some speed. But he looks very effortless when he's running. I think it fools people a little bit when they're trying to tackle him.
Byerly averaging 7 yards per carry on that Cougar offense, which is a 2nd down play now for Chattahoochee. They'll give it to Nelson right side. He'll slide it back to the inside, tumbles his way near the 33. Elijah Goodrich on the stop for the Panthers, coming in from a linebacking spot. Best finish for the Cougars in playoff was an undefeated season in 2001. They got to the semis in 1999 against Brunswick and lost out. So their deepest penetration into the playoffs, this one for the championship. 3rd down, 5. Byerly in the pocket, steps up, dumps it underneath to Nelson. Nelson hit hard after he makes the catch. Mike Muska and Goodrich on the stop for the Panthers.
Very well played by the 2 inside linebackers. They were looking good coverage downfield, nothing there. A little dump off, but they were looking for that. Both of them closed quickly. No yardage.
Kept that play right in front of them. 4th down. And about 3 now for the Cougars, and they appear to be going for it. We'll see if they're just trying to get the Panthers to jump offside. Byerly will punt it now. Nifty play there by the Cougars. Backpedaling and hitting his tracks is Amagast as he fills it near the 26. Kane Whitehurst with a burst of speed downfield and just unloaded on Amagast.
Nice little play. That reminds you of old single wing football, doesn't it? Yeah. General Neyland would be very proud tonight. That still goes on.
Eric Amagast celebrating after that hit downfield.
Two fine players, both trying to make a play. Whitehurst comes up with a big tackle. Great coverage by him.
So Whitehurst with the knock on Amagast. That'll make it 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Holly, shotgun for Stars Mill. They're going to go right side. Sweet play, but hit behind the line of scrimmage. Lasky trying to turn the corner. And you made the comment, Jeff, during the break that Lasky seems to be just a little bit off kilter early on in his football game, coming off that injury in the semis.
Well, he might not be back at full speed, and I'm not really sure what the injury was. I think I read where it was on a punt, but didn't know what it was. Look at how far off the defensive line plays off of that O-line. Now, this is a little bit different for the Stars Mill linemen because their footwork's going to be different. It's a long run to get to these guys.
Good point. Holly will keep this one himself. Works it up near the 32. Gregory on the stop for Chattahoochee, but a nice run there by Adam Holly.
I don't think I've seen many defenses who play that far off the ball, but they read and react very well. Their up front people, Frankowitz, Gomez, and Dixon, they really do a nice job of flowing And I think part of it being far off the ball to get a chance to read and react pretty well.
Holly 4 carries for 37 yards, 2 of 3 passing. 3rd down, 4 now for the Panthers. Holly will take the snap. Slight roll to his left. Now squares up. Got a man, 2 men downfield. If they can get the ball down there. Holly does. Catch is made downfield by Jeffrey Green. He threw it up. Green went and got it down near the 33. At 6'5", Green circled onto that football and able to go airborne and get it.
23 catches on the year, 17 yards a catch. He's a big play type receiver. You're right, he went after that ball.
So 1st down for the Panthers. They go inside of Cougar territory. Holly will keep it himself, right side. Inside of the 30 he goes to the 29. Gomez on the stop for Chattahoochee. The Panthers lining up with no huddle. 2nd down and 6 after the carry by Holly. Quickly they go. Left side. Lasky turns it to the inside, and Zach Lasky with his best run of this first half. Hart makes the stop for the Cougars, but Zach Lasky moves the chains for the Panthers.
A great cut by Lasky as he bolted around the left side. Green gives him a nice shield block, not a clip, able to get that extra yardage.
Lasky on the season, a record-setting season for Lasky. School record, but 1,400 plus yards on the year.
Their first team timeout.
And he forced the Cougars to take a timeout here. Panthers were going no huddle on that drive and really getting the best of the Cougars as they penetrate this football just outside of the red zone.
I read some articles a little bit about Chattahoochee because of their offensive firepower, that they wear teams down with their defense, with their offenses.
We had a chance to catch up with Coach Crowder and got his thoughts about what is special about this 2010 Cougar team.
I think this group of seniors is special. And, our open date was the first game of the year this year, so we have now fixing to play 15 games in a row. So the leadership that they provided this year has gotten us to this point.
Take it for granted, that many football games in a row. That really taxes a high school program. And his Cougars have come through it and just on the doorsteps of a state championship. They're ranked 5th in the state. Region 7 4A champs. 3:08 left first half. Panthers threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, and movement up front. Couple of Panthers
Dead
jumping
ball,
early there.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
Jeff, I know you're aware that this is the absolute last thing you want to happen after you've done such a good job of getting this football down to the red zone.
Yeah, these are non-athlete penalties, and it's just a little bit of movement, that shadow movement behind them, and somebody just jumps.
So 1st and 15 from the 25 now for the Panthers. Holly will tuck and run left side, looking for a block, turns it to the outside and pulled down by Cooper Campbell. It looked to be a straight run play by design for the Panthers, but the coverage at the corner by the Cougars just so intense that they make the stop on them.
Yeah, it's a great tackle, great one-on-one tackle. It was it appeared as if it was like a quarterback draw left, a wide draw, not up the middle, but going to left. All the linemen sort of fan blocked that way.
Under 3 minutes left first half now. Panthers trying to notch their first score of the ball game. They face a 2nd and 15. They'll keep it on the ground. Holly looking for room at the outside and wrapped up and denied. Ben Blanks in on the stop for that Cougar defense. The senior outside linebacker makes the stop on Holly. So Chattahoochee, after giving up that long pass to Jeffrey Green downfield, trying to deny the Panthers a score. Cougars of Chattahoochee with a 10-0 lead. Third down now for Stars Mill. Holly with the snap, rolls right side. Now looking back to his left, they got Green downfield in the end zone, stretches, but it goes incomplete. Chris Johnson and Trey Hart on the coverage for Chattahoochee. Jeffrey Green had a real good look at that one, Jeff, but pass thrown slightly high.
Well, I think Holly wanted, as he rolled right, he wanted to lull him to sleep. Looked like man coverage out there on the backside with Hart manned up and off, 10 yards off of Green. And then the safety got involved as the route developed into the middle of the field.
So Ryan Nowicki, the kicker for the Panthers, will come on to try a field goal here. It's going to be about a 43-yard effort for Nowicki and the Panthers. Holly to hold. Snap is clean. Kicked by Nowicki. He's got plenty of leg on it. Did he get it through? No. Nowicki leaves it left side. And the score remains Cougars 10, Panthers nothing. A minute 31 left first half. Panthers have got to be disappointed about that result, Jeff. Needed or wanted some points surely on that drive.
Well, get down there in that 15-yard, that 1st and 15 really set them back a little bit there.
And now the Cougars back on the field offensively. We'll see how Coach Terry Crowder and the Cougars play this last minute 31 seconds. Byerly shotgun, keeps it on the ground, gives it to Nelson. Correction, Byerly tried to keep it himself. Nice hand ball fake inside. Muska wasn't fooled. He pulls down Byerly at the line of scrimmage. So the Cougars seemingly content to take this 10-0 lead into the locker room.
Well, they don't want to make a mistake, that's for sure, but they start throwing the ball here, you can bet that they do want a little bit more.
Shotgun for Byerly. Two backs join him in the backfield. He'll keep it himself. Up the middle he goes. On one hand and worked his way past the 25 up near the 26-yard line. So Timmy Byerly, noted for being able to really manage that Cougar offense, has done a good job in this first half. Nice balance of run and pass. Coach Terry Crowder is asking him to sit on here. Let's hold it down and take this 10-0 lead into the break. They'll slice it back to the inside on the carry by Gregory. Gregory got it up past the 35 near the 40-yard line. With 7 seconds left in this first half. Gregory on the season, 49 carries coming into tonight's ball game. 3 touchdowns on the ground for Gregory. Won't get this final playoff before we come to the end of the first half. Cougars of Chattahoochee with a 10-0 lead at the intermission over the Panthers of Stars Mill. Very controlled first half by that Cougar offense. John Nelson standing by with Coach Crowder. Nelly.
Thank you, Charles. Here with the coach. Talk about ball control. 99 yards doesn't get any more ball control than that.
Yeah, that was a great drive. We need a couple more of those.
Now, talk about Timmy. You said you couldn't be any more confident with anyone running that offense, and he was doing it in spades in this first half.
Yeah, well, I don't want to jinx him, but he's a special player.
Defensively, talk quickly about what's going on. You're keeping them in check except for that one long pass.
Yeah, we got to be more careful, number 81. He's a great player, but I thought defensively played well right there.
All right, thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Let's send it back upstairs to Charles and Note.
Thank you, John. 10-0 lead for the Cougars of Chattahoochee at the break over the Panthers of Stars Mill. Back with the halftime show from here.
Massive dinosaur bones found in the frozen Arctic. Arctic dinosaurs on Nova.
Broadcast of this program is made possible in part by the following.
January is the time to file applications for federal student aid. GAcollege411.org gives students all the information they need to find the financial resources to make their college plans a reality. GAcollege411.org.
Booth Western Art Museum in Cartersville, presenting Ansel Adams, A Legacy, featuring 130 photographs of Adams' celebrated American photography and rarely seen images. On exhibit from September 25th through February 20th, 2011, boothmuseum.org.
On the man.
This program on GPB is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
There for you and life's daily miracles.
We are back live inside of the Georgia Dome at the intermission. It's the Cougars of Chattahoochee with a 10-0 lead over the Panthers of Stars Mill in the 4A championship ball game. Right now, the crowd inside of the Georgia Dome being entertained by the Chattahoochee Marching Band, directed by Nicholas Garofalo. Drum majors are Tierra Sheeler and Nicole Baldwin. 65 members strong in performance tonight in this 4A championship ball game. Wanted in the Wild West. Let's go down and listen.
All right, the Chattahoochee Marching Band entertaining us here at halftime, and what an entertaining half we have. Chattahoochee out in front of Stars Mill by the count of 10-0. You heard Charles Ward and Jeff Van Note on the call in the first half, and what a great football game we're seeing here on GPB. With me right now is the outstanding principal for Chattahoochee High School, Tim Duncan, and I guess for you to see all of this has to be a special moment.
Oh, it's incredible. Watching the community come together like this is just, I can't describe it. It's been a week of no sleep.
You know, we look at a partnership. It's a partnership between you and your outstanding staff, and you look at what Coach Crowder has accomplished, but more so the teachers who help shape the lives of these young men and women. It has to make you feel good about what Chattahoochee is accomplishing here tonight.
Absolutely. It's a total community. We talk about Hooch pride. We talk about Hooch family. It's not just the parents, of course. It's our teachers, the longevity that we've had them there. I can't say enough about our tradition of excellence, and not only, of course, athletics, but, education. This year we got the National School of Excellence. We got the Platinum Award, the highest distinction by the governor, and now to be here in the Dome, it's been quite a year.
And what a happy holiday it will be should you guys continue and hold true and end up with a championship in Quad A. But you were telling me you had a lot of people to come over. You guys only gave back, 20 tickets?
Yeah, we sold 5,000 tickets, and Chattahoochee's been divided a little bit with 4 new schools opening in the last 12 years. To see all the community come back together to help celebrate this for the city of Johns Creek has been spectacular.
As we look at the growth of young people and we see so much, the challenge for you right now is what?
I think the challenge, I think the kids right now, they need more athletics, they need more team building, the isolation with video games and the texting. Getting them to adapt socially and be able to survive in this challenging economy.
Principal Duncan, thank you for joining us, and congratulations to you in a well-deserved program in football in which you guys are accomplishing right now. Tim Duncan, the outstanding principal for Chattahoochee High School. Our halftime score here, Chattahoochee out in front of Stars Mill by the count of 10-0. Still more to come from the Georgia Dome here on the great GPB after these very important messages.
Country and himself.
He told one of his colleagues the great mistake of his life was having taken a military education.
Robert E. Lee on American Experience.
Broadcast of this program is made possible in part by the following.
As leaders in our communities, Georgia's locally owned and operated electric membership corporations are proud to sponsor the Georgia High School Association and to help our student athletes become the leaders of tomorrow. Georgia's electric membership corporations, lighting the way.
And by the Mabel Reader Foundation. Support comes from All American Specialties, the symbol of excellence in the awards industry since 1972. Graphic design and custom fabrication done in-house. Information available at allamericanspecialties.com.
Merry Christmas from Georgia Public Broadcasting.
Broadcast of this program is made possible in part by the following.
Sports can teach us a lot about life and a lot about ourselves, like the importance of setting goals and coming up with a plan to reach them. That's why Regions always starts by listening to you and learning what drives you each day. Then we work hard to help you get where you're going. So whether you're opening your first checking account or starting your first business, we'll handle the heavy lifting and let you enjoy the thrill of victory.
Watch GPB Sports Central with me, Gil Tyree.
I'm Mark Harmon.
I'm Nikki Noto.
And I'm John.
GPB Sports. Sorry.
Nikki Noto.
And I'm John.
GPB Sports Shoot.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too soon.
I'm Nikki Noto.
GPB Sports Central. My bad.
And I'm John.
GPB Sports. So close.
Not even close.
Seemed close.
And I'm John Nelson.
GPB Sports Central, the leader in high school sports.
5, 7. Yes! Yes!
Welcome back to the Georgia Dome, and right now, performing for us here, the Stars Mill High School Band, Panther Pride. Scott King, the assistant director, Don Atkins, and Haley Strauss, the drum major. 90 members strong, and the music to Gordon Goodwin's Big Fat Band. Let's listen in. All right, welcome back to GPB's live exclusive coverage of the Georgia High School Association Championship Weekend. The Quad A We're at halftime, the Quad A championship game, and Chattahoochee leading Starrs Mill by the count of 10-0, and you see the Panther pride on the field right now. And with me is the outstanding principal for Starrs Mill, Audrey Toney. Welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Happy holidays to you and yours as you see this marvelous band here, and the Panther Nation has definitely come out and representing. How do you feel?
We have had a marvelous time representing our Panther football team, and it really has been a collaborative effort. The entire community, look at our students and our fans out here, and we just want to say thank you for the wonderful support that they have given us.
You know, I've always said this, it's a partnership between the administrator, the parent, and the child, and ultimately it's these type of events that make days like this special for you and your outstanding staff at Starrs Mill.
It really does take a community, and I tell you, I'm really just so proud of all of our kids because, as you know, we have already started our winter athletic programs, and they have been very selfish in allowing football to still shadow the school right now, and so we have a lot of excitement. This is the first time in our 14th year history that we've actually played for this game here, and so we're very excited to be here.
And speaking of your band, they're going to be at the University of Alabama come February of 2011. They also have been participating in the U.S. Army All-American game down in San Antonio. Very well renowned. You got to be pleased with that.
Scott King does a tremendous job leading this band, and we're so very proud of them as well. They're just an excellent band, always rate superior ratings at their own competitions. But in addition to that, you know, usually marching season has ended for them as well, so we want to thank them for being out here and still supporting our program as well.
All right, Audrey Toney, thank you, and much success at Starrs Mill. We hope they get on the other side of that score right now, trailing Chattahoochee by the count of 10-0 in the Quad A game, championship game here at the Georgia Dome. Now let's pitch it off to my colleague and partner in crime, John Nelson, with a special guest. Nelly, it's all yours.
Thank you, Gil. Here with Coach Phillips. Talk about that first half. It seemed like a bunch of stops and starts, really.
Yeah, we just didn't play well on offense. Just couldn't make a play. They played well defensively. Defensively, we played great 2 plays and give them big third down conversion. Basically, in the first half, they made plays and we didn't.
And then I guess, you know, talking about the defense, giving up the 99-yard drive for the 7-yard score.
Yeah, we can't afford to do that. I mean, this in the playoffs. I mean, you can't do that.
Talk about any other adjustments that you tell them at the half?
Well, offensively, we've got to pound the box. I mean, they're stopping our zone triple. We got to come inside with our grizz play and our trap play, and we got to get our defense off the field. Is what we got to do. Defensively, we got to tackle better.
All right, Chad, thanks for your time. Good luck in the second half. We'll send it back upstairs for the second half and some stats and highlights, too.
Thank you, John. Coach Chad Phillips and his Panthers trailing 10-0 to the Cougars of Chattahoochee. First half highlights. It'll show you just why they're trailing at the break. Early on for the Cougars, it's Byerly scampering for a run for the Cougars of Chattahoochee to set them up for what is going to be the 50-yard field goal effort by the senior kicker, Amu Lacob, and Lacob drills it from 50 yards away. Cougars with a 3-0 lead. Then the freshman, Chase Nelson, scampers inside of the 5 down to the 2 to set up this touchdown run by Timmy Byerly left side, and the Cougars, after the conversion, led it 10-0 over the Panthers of Starrs Mill. Georgia EMC first half stats. Jeff, what are you looking at?
Well, yeah, they're not too far apart. 171 yards for Chattahoochee, 112 for Starrs Mill. They've held Byerly in check a little bit with his running. His passing has hurt them a little bit. The 99-yard drive, you heard the coach talk about it, has killed them. But look at the third down conversions. 4 out of 6, 66% excellent third down. Starrs Mill, 1 out of 5. They're not continuing any drives. They don't have any consistency with their offense and their balance in their pass and run. They've got to get Lasky involved. It's 7 carries, 17 yards. He's their big gun. He needs to be involved in the run game.
Cougars leading at 10-0. We'll get set for the third quarter. You're listening to the 2010 GHSA Safe Football Championships on GPB.
I'm Gil Tyree. For the best in high school sports coverage, watch GPB.
Sorry, Gil, these cookies are great.
Watch GPB Sports Set.
Gil, would you care for some tea?
Watch GPB.
Smoothie.
Broadcast of this program is made possible in part by the following.
As a strong, stable bank, we're always looking for opportunities to boost the vitality of our communities by supporting local events and finding financial solutions for our customers in all economic times. Regions is proud to be a partner with Georgia Public Broadcasting in building a better Georgia.
GPB would like to thank the following corporations for their generous donation of hospitality suites for this weekend's GHSA Championship Games.
Time.
Broadcast of this program is made possible in part by the following.
Need a better way to apply to college? Visit gacollege411.org and fly through applications online. Start, stop, save, change information anytime. And it's automatically transferred to all your applications. GA College 411, helping students plan, apply, and pay for college.
Give me all your aces. Ha. Read them and weep. Yes.
Start of the second half just ahead here. Cougars of Chattahoochee leading it after 2 quarters, 10-0 over the Panthers of Starrs Mill in the 4A championship from the Georgia Dome. Charles Ward, Jeff Van Note, John Nelson at sideline. Richard Muster, our spotter up here, and Kevin Higgs and Jay Thomason providing us with the stats for this championship ball game. Glad you could join us for our coverage of the 4A championship ball game. One of 5 championship ball games coming your way over this football championship weekend. Start of the second quarter, second half. Panthers set to kick it away. Nowicki to kick it. Gregory stands deep, and nobody will have a run back on this one. Nowicki bombs that one through the back of the end zone. So the Cougars leading by 10. First offensive possession of the second half. Chattahoochee, school up in Johns Creek, Georgia. New city up there, actually chartered in 2006. Cougars played for the first 19 years at the 5A level, dropping down to the 4A level this year and looking for their first state championship. Byerly in shotgun, gives it to the freshman, or he'll keep it himself. Nice ball fake. Byerly got it up past the 25, near the 26-yard line. So 6-yard pickup by Byerly to start this second half. Byerly with 103 total yards in that first half, throwing and running the football.
Well, he does a nice job on the read option, and certainly Chase Nelson is 7 carries for 50 yards in the first half. They're going to honor him between the tackles every time.
44 yards on the ground for Byerly. As we go second down and 3 now. Whistles at the line of scrimmage.
Dead ball, false start, offense. Repeat second down.
So the Cougars pick up their first penalty of the second half, their 4th in this 4A championship. Concerned coach Chad Phillips. His Panthers unable to punch that football in the latter part of the first half. Trailing at 10-0. Heard him talk to John Nelson, Coach Phillips, saying that they got to keep that defense off the field. We'll see if they can shut down this Cougar offense on this possession. Second down and 8 after the assessment against Chattahoochee. Byerly will keep it left, right side. Tripped. I don't know if anybody actually tripped him up there. He just stumbled on his own accord, but falls ahead near the 25.
He's very clever. I mean, I'm following Nelson. I'm thinking he's got it. This is just great ball handling. He does a nice job of riding Nelson a little bit, carrying out that fake. Great fake.
And one of the Panther defenders did trip him up on that play. Nice camera work by our crew to get that. 3rd down, 5 now for the Cougars. This time they'll go to Nelson, left side. Second level of that Panther defense works its way up near the 36. Green from its defensive back position making the stop on Chase Nelson, and that is not good news for the Panthers. That means that Nelson's getting past that first level.
Well, Armagost is coming in on a blitz, and he's coming full speed. He's thinking he's going to chase it down from behind. He's unable to gather himself, and that's where Nelson takes it, right where Armagost has left on the blitz.
1st and 10 now for the Cougars after the run by the freshman Chase Nelson. Shotgun for Byerly. Slots either side. Just 3 up front for the Panthers. Byerly looking to the left. Now fires up the middle. Pass goes incomplete. Trying to get it to his favorite target, Hunter Thomas. Thomas near the 45-yard line, but that ball 2 or 3 feet in front of him, not able to pull it in.
Yeah, pretty good coverage that time. Not a lot of pressure, but right at the end, you saw Armagost jump out of a linebacker type position and get back into the middle of the field as a free safety. And good defensive coverage by Starrs Mill.
2nd and 10 now for Chattahoochee. Byerly will keep it left side. Nice play fake to Nelson. Slices inside. Now he's got some room. One person to beat. Byerly finally wrapped up near the 33-yard line. But the ball's taken away by the Panthers, and they're going to wave that down. Said that Byerly was down on contact near the 32-yard line. Gunnar Carson came away with the football for the Panthers.
Well, this is just a great individual effort by Byerly and running the ball, avoiding tacklers, and down by contact or down on the field, the ground can't cause a fumble.
So the Cougars will keep it. After the trot by Byerly down to the 32-yard line, it's 1st and 10 for Chattahoochee. First possession of the second half. Nelson up the gut he goes, bangs straight ahead near the 30. Chase Nelson, the freshman, is 10 yards per carry per average during the course of the year. He is going to be a player that has an impact for this Cougar program for the next few years. Expect some even greater numbers from him as his career progresses there. Second down and 8. Cougars at the 30 of the Panthers. Byerly with time. Still looking. Now they're flushing left side. Collapsing defense by the Panthers at the corner, but Byerly got a block on the comeback by Sutherland to spring him inside of the 30 down to the 29.
A lot of time, but good downfield coverage by Starrs Mill. Good read and reaction to Byerly's scramble before he was able to maybe break for that first down. He just headed outside.
3rd down play coming here for Chattahoochee at the 29 of the Panthers of Starrs Mill. Sliding the line is Sutherland. Snap to Byerly and whistles. And the Cougars have been guilty of that infraction several times tonight. If you want to join on the GPB Sports Central chat during the game, go to gpb.org/football and hit the Game of the Week tab. Jump in with hundreds of other high school football fans and chat about your favorite high school team in these state championships at the Georgia Dome. That's gpb.org/football.
Boy, the center, Gillisman, is doing a wonderful job of that shotgun snap. Charles, all night long, he's been dead on with it.
3rd down and 11. We're at 8:38 remaining in this 3rd quarter. It's been all Cougars handling the football. Byerly behind the line. Here comes pressure backside, but he eludes once again. Rolling right side, fires down near the 7-yard line. Catch and out of bounds by Hunter Thomas.
Making plays, that's what it's about at that quarterback position. A feel for what's going on. He feels the rush. Once again, this is the second time we've seen him escape, get outside, and then on the run, he finds Whitehurst, his favorite receiver, deep down the field. Big play.
So Whitehurst with the catch for the Cougars. Down to the 7. It's 1st and goal to go now for Chattahoochee. Panthers are trying to run a man off to the field. It looks like it's going to be an infraction against the Cougars. Oh, now it'll go back. They were stepping it off and started stepping it off on the Cougars. And now they headed the right direction. I believe the Panthers had too many men out there on that play. So 1st and goal to go now from the 4. Byerly, shotgun, 3 receivers, bottom of your screen. He'll give it inside to the freshman Nelson. Nelson rumbles his way down near the 2. Liska and Cooper on the stop for the Panthers. 2nd and goal to go now for Chattahoochee.
It's a nice job by Kennard Cooper. Bottles that up inside. That's that ISO play that Nelson has gained some good yardage on there.
2nd and goal to go now from the 2. Byerly. Nelson once again. 2nd effort by Nelson pushes it down to the 1. So that'll make it 3rd and goal to go. And the Panthers, or the Cougars that is, bringing in the jumbo package now, a heavier lineman coming on this 3rd down play. They go without a huddle.
Back up center is in there now. One of the tight ends, 56, Alex Rissman. Looks like Baron Dixon, the nose guard, is in there. One of the tight ends. Get some size. You're right, jumbo package.
Timeout was taken by the Cougars before that 3rd down play.
Timeout.
7:30 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Possession has belonged to the Cougars since the start of the 3rd quarter, Jeff. The exact opposite for what Coach Chad Phillips wanted starting this 3rd quarter. We had a chance to catch up with Coach Phillips to get his thoughts about what he likes and what's very special about this 2010 edition of the Panthers.
Well, a couple of us have been at Starrs Mill since the day the doors opened, and this is the most talented group of kids we've had. There are 32 seniors. They play hard. They play together since the 6th grade. They were our first little rec program that started our rec league team. They were the first group to come through it, and so they've been around us a long time with our youth league, our summer league camps, and then our weight training program for middle school. You know, we've been around these kids for a long time now.
32 seniors you heard Coach Phillips refer to with this Panther team. And right now they are trailing at 10-0 to the Cougars and in jeopardy of giving up some more points here. The idea was to come off the break and limit the play of the Cougars offensively. 7:30 left in the 3rd. Cougars have handled the football since the start of the 3rd quarter. 3rd and goal to go now. Byerly gonna go. Nelson over the top. Touchdown for the Cougars. So the freshman does the work in the trenches. They went to him 3 times. And on the 3rd chance, Chase Nelson goes over the top. And the Cougars push their lead.
Young man's got a nice future. Just a freshman. Stocky, got some speed.
Lacob with the point after. And Lacob punches that through. And the Cougars build a 17-0 lead. Talk about the importance of that first drive and that second half of football. Cougars there, just a commanding performance, taking it in for the score.
Well, it's an 80-yard drive, too. Well done. Byerly once again making a couple of big plays. And Starrs Mill has got to answer.
Indeed.
You know, it's just, and unfortunately, you get in a situation like this. It looked like Adam Holly did a nice job of running in the first half and hit that one big pass to Green. But they're going to have to get the ball down the field. They need some kind of score to give themselves a little bit of a lift.
Make up the kick. Riddle and Ruff stand deep. Scoring drive there for the Cougars. 11 plays, 80 yards, 4 minutes and 32 seconds off the clock. That's exactly how you want to draw it up. Coach Crowder got to be pleased with that possession. Lacob with the kick. Into the end zone over the head of Ruff to the 20. The Panthers will start with their first possession of the second half. And oh man, Cougars very impressive on that 80-yard push there.
Yeah, their execution. I mean, they've overcome now. They've had that penalty now 3 times. 4 times, I think, have been penalized, but 3 of them on their touchdown drive and their field goal drive. They've been able to overcome that penalty and still score, keep the drive going.
Saw that graph of the Panthers with 346 yards per game. Tonight held to 112 in the third. They're going to keep it on the ground. Lasky, left side. Lasky runs it up near the 21-yard line. Pick up 1 on that play.
They're not going to let him get untracked, it looks like. They're keying on him. Once again, Dixon, the nose, playing off the ball. Does a nice job of flowing and following Lasky.
Dixon with the stop there. Dixon, good friends with my niece who attends Chattahoochee High School.
Is that right?
Indeed. Nephew is also on this roster for the Cougar football team.
Nice.
Just a freshman, but on the sideline.
Very nice.
Panthers with Holly in the backfield. Now he'll dump it upfield to Lasky on the catch. Nice move on the run by Lasky. Lasky trying to make it happen. Got it up near the 37-yard line. Panthers move the chains as Lasky makes a nifty move after the catch.
Yeah, the moves, Charles, like you said, that he made 2 people miss and picked up some yardage after the catch.
Just right here, that quick step there avoided 1 tackle. 1st and 10 from the 37. This time it's Holly. Up the gut he goes. Angles right side. Got it up near the 46. About a half-yard shy of the first down as Cooper Campbell makes the stop for the Cougars. So second, we'll call it a full 1 as we go down to 6:12 left, third quarter. Panthers, Stars Mill trailing at 17-0. Holly on the night, 4 of 6 for 68 yards. On the ground, 8 carries for 47. Holly, play fake in the line. Looking. Trying to get it to Green near the 20. He stretches. Green can't hold on to it. Hard on the coverage, but Jeffrey Green got a hand on that football, Jeff.
He almost made a huge catch. Now, this is the second time tonight they've run this post pattern, and it's sort of a delay look because I think Holly wants him all the way, just allowing him enough time to get in the middle of the field, but also that allows the safety to come into play to help Hart out a little bit.
Trey Hart, as we look at the replay, actually had a chance at intercepting that football. It was thrown just out of Green's reach into the hands of Hart. So the Panthers get a break. They go for it on the 3rd and 1, and they look to be short of the marker. Carry on the inside there by Lasky, but Lasky stops short of the marker. It'll bring up 4th down for Stars Mill.
Nice job by Christian Sutherland, number 21, a little submarine action, and was able to cut Lasky's legs out from under it.
4th and less than a yard. No consideration other than going for it on 4th by the Panthers. Holly quickly to the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Cougars of Chattahoochee have it. They're going to rule him down, but he was short of the first down marker. So the football will go over to Chattahoochee. Panthers that time, Jeff, wanted to come up to the line and run that play real quick.
Yeah, I don't think he ever got the snap. The ball is running loose and kind of rolling around. Where are they going to mark this? Are they going to mark this as a recovered fumble?
We'll replay the down.
What happened? A whistle? Inadvertent whistle?
That's the case. The Panthers get a break.
Huge.
In this 4A championship ball game. Wow. Inadvertent whistles the call, and the Panthers breathe a big sigh of relief.
But they're still going for it, though. I mean, they're hanging right in there with it. Well, you know, you don't want to let this game slip away on you. You need some points. You need this drive to continue.
Less than a yard to go for the Panther first.
Timeout.
And a timeout taken on the field by the Cougars of Chattahoochee.
Only 10 men, I think, on the field. I don't think they had their entire unit out there.
17-0 Cougars of Chattahoochee lead the Panthers of Starrs Mill. You're watching the 2010 GHSA State Football Championships on GPB.
On GPB is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Fourth and less than a yard to go for the Starrs Mill first down. 5:16 remaining in the third quarter. Trailing to the Cougars 17-0. Panthers have got to get this first down. Shotgun for Holly. They got a break from the officiating crew on the last fourth down attempt. They're going to fake it in the line. Holly left side and looks to have enough for the Panther first down. Baron Dixon came up to make the stop, the senior. But after the pickup of the first by Holly. Coach Chad Phillips.
They'll take it. Keep the chains moving.
First and 10. Holly, shotgun, snap, looks left, fires left. Catch made by Green at the corner. Green wrestles upfield, Hart hanging on. And Green got about 8 on that pickup for the Panthers. Green with that 6'5" frame. Trey Hart trying to bring him down at 5'11", 177.
Well, that's the second little stop pattern that Green has caught. And they've run that deep post to him twice, but I think he's getting a lot of man-for-man out there. Safety laying off, and Hart's laying off him a little bit. Took advantage of it.
Green's third catch of the football game. Second down and 2. They're down at the 43 of the Cougars. Holly going to keep it himself. Rose left side, trying to get it to Green. Jump ball there near the 20. One-handed grab by Green inside of the 20. Flag coming in at the end of that play. Not sure if he caught that football, but they may get the advantage of the call here on the secondary of the Cougars.
Charles, I think he made a spectacular one-handed catch, and there might be some interference going to be called here, but that was a spectacular one-handed catch by Jeff Green.
Pass interference on the offense.
Wow.
15 yards the previous spot. Loss of down.
So the call against the Panthers. On the replay.
It'll be 15 yards from here in third down.
No, I'm sorry. He does drop it. Yeah.
Can't put anything past spotter Richard Muster. He saw that all the way.
Here, loss of down.
He's got those young eyes.
Not able to pick up where the offensive interference took place in. But the Panthers.
Well, I think they probably called it on Green, trying to position himself to get into that catch. Would have been a great catch.
Third down and 16 after the assessment. They'll push back to their own 42. The Panthers are. Holly in the pocket, looking upfield. Here comes the pressure. They flush him right side. Raises, fires at the corner, and this one thrown out of bounds. We had Green in the route, and Riddle was over there as well.
Well, the play broke down, and in the scramble, and people are coming back to him. He just is unable to link up with somebody.
The penalties, always so costly.
Well,
there hurt the Panthers.
Yeah, that one killed him. 15-yarder.
So fourth down now. Matt Hubbard will come on to kick it away. Whitehurst and Thomas standing near the 25 to receive. Hubbard with the kick. Fair catch called for near the 28-yard line by Thomas. And that's where Chattahoochee comes back onto the football field. Coming this January, primetime politics and lawmakers join forces to bring you Georgia news and current events every weeknight. A new governor, a new legislature, and a whole new show. Be sure and watch weeknights at 7 for all the latest in Georgia politics, only on GPB. First and 10 for the Cougars. 3:55 left in the third. They lead it 17-0. Total yards, Cougars 257. Panthers at 149. Byerly trying to get more for the Cougars. Going upfield, stretching and lunging, but the pass thrown slightly behind Sean Derrick. And that pass goes incomplete.
Pretty good pass rush that time out of Stars Mills. Nose Alec Brown. They're a little bit late, but he at least is in the throwing or sight of quarterback Byerly.
So intended for Dirk. Make it 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Shotgun for Byerly. Slots either side. Nelson up the gut he goes. Gets to the second level of the Panther defense near the 35-yard line. Muska makes the stop for Stars Mill. Nelson runs it for about 7 on that play.
That's a nice job by the 2 guards. Dumont, Mills, and then also the center Gillison. Right inside 3. Good size. 265, 295, 255.
Averaging 278 pounds as a group. Third down play is Nelson once again, but this time that Panther defense stiffens on the third down play. May have gotten it back to the line of scrimmage. Kamali leading the surge for Stars Mill. So 4th down for the Cougars now.
Well, you got to feel comfortable with your offense. You're on your own 35. And you're thinking about going for it on 4th down. Of course, you're up 17-0. Still.
We've
Maybe that kick, yeah. That punt.
Yeah, we've seen it drop back, and this is what they're doing now. It'll be Byerly to kick it. This time it comes off the side of his foot. The sidewinder goes out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. Up near the 37-yard line is where the Panthers of Stars Mill will take the football back. Good defensive stand by the Panthers, and now they got to get something going offensively.
You're right, Charles. That's what they needed out of their D. The 3 and out, the stop.
The Panthers have taken their shots here in this third quarter downfield. Trying to get that ball into the hands of Jeffrey Green. Shotgun, Holly. Keeps it inside. Lasky looking for room. Not much in there. May have gotten a yard.
Cooper Campbell knifing in that linebacker spot. That was one of those inside linebackers.
So 2nd down and 9. And we're approaching 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. 4A championship live from the Georgia Dome on GPB. Glad you could join us. Holly, shotgun. Looks out the flaps, dumps it out that way to Lasky. Lasky with a couple of blockers in front of him. Got it past the 40 to the 41. Frankowitz on the stop for the Cougars of Chattahoochee. That'll bring up a 3rd down. And we're going to call it about 6.
Really tightened up their run defense, Chattahoochee. People have run the ball a little bit on it.
Big 3rd down play here for the Panthers. Holly play fake in the line. He's got some time, still looking, trying to signal his man downfield behind the coverage. Over the shoulder, attempted catch by Riddle and through the hands of Alex Riddle. They had him turned upfield. Riddle had gotten the separation, just not able to pull the football in.
It was a well-thrown ball. Good protection. But had a lot of time to scan the field.
My, oh my, Riddle right there. You can see his frustration after dropping that pass. Our camera crew right on top of that. That one goes right through the hands of Riddle. Whitehurst and Thomas will stand deep now as the Panthers forced to punt it. Hubbard to kick. High kick by Hubbard. Fair catch called for, but this one bounces beyond the receiver, hits near the 21 and rolls inside of the 20, down near the 18-yard line. 1:05 left in the third quarter. Panthers just not able to move that football. They give it back over to the Cougars of Chattahoochee, who lead at 17-0. Both teams looking for their first ever state title.
Pretty clean game so far, no turnovers.
Byerly lines up in shotgun. 30 touchdowns in the air and 20 on the ground for the quarterback, Chattahoochee. Byerly going to keep it on the option, right side. Nice handwork with the fake. Nice leg work with the run. Armagah's got the stop for the Panthers, but that's after Byerly runs it for about 6, perhaps 7 there for the Cougars of Chattahoochee. Byerly with 9 school records passing and running the football.
Well, you can see why tonight. I mean, he's everything that has been cranked up to be. Very, very clever, very nifty runner. Protects the ball, throws the ball well.
2nd and 4. He'll go option left side. Hit initially spins out of one would-be tackler, but caught up by Kamalu, and he'll put him down. A loss on that play of about 3, maybe 4. So that'll make it 3rd down and 8.
Stars Mill committing people, Charles, to trying to stop him more. A little bit of a blitz that time. You saw 41, Daniel Fields on a blitz.
And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter in the 4A championship. It's the Cougars of Chattahoochee with a 17-0 lead over the Panthers. We'll bring you back with the fourth. After this, you're watching the 2010 GHSA State Football Championships on GPB.
DVDs of today's game can be purchased at ghsa.tv for $24.95 plus tax plus $5.95 shipping and handling.
Broadcast of this program is made possible in part by the following.
The Mabel Reader Foundation.
Booth Western Art Museum in Cartersville, presenting Ansel Adams, A Legacy, featuring 130 photographs of Adams' celebrated American photography and rarely seen images. On exhibit from September 25th through February 20th, 2011, boothmuseum.org.
What's the word I'm looking for here? Help me. 2 letters. No, not how we do this. All right, watch.
Let's see what you got. You're all talking, man.
Watch
this.
this.
Let's go.
Bring it. Nice. Nice. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. Not.
Yeah, who's laughing now?
Broadcast of this program is made possible in part by the following.
Competing, learning, achieving. Sportsmanship builds character on the field and off. As leaders in our communities, Georgia's locally owned and operated electric membership corporations are proud to sponsor the Georgia High School Association and to help our student athletes become the leaders of tomorrow. Georgia's electric membership corporations, lighting the way.
Time.
This is GPB, television worth sharing with everyone in Georgia.
We go into the final quarter of this 4A championship. Cougars enter into it with a 17-0 lead, and they face a 3rd down and 7 from their own 21-yard line. Byerly bobbled the snap, but able to unload it. Pass goes incomplete. He was trying to get it out on the flats to Hunter Thomas. But Byerly lost the snap momentarily. May have thrown off his rhythm on the pass.
Yeah, their offense isn't quite as sharp here in the second half. Give Stars Mill a little bit of credit on defense.
John Nelson standing by at sideline.
You got to be smart to run the spread, guys. You look at that left-hand side of the line, 58 Matt Kiefer. He's looking to go to Harvard instead of places like Ole Miss and Arkansas are looking at him. His line mate, Kirk Dumont, the left guard. Johns Hopkins came in to look at him the other day. How about that?
A lot of smart guys out there, including the quarterback, Timmy Byerly, also considering Harvard as well, John, in terms of his college selection.
Good lacrosse team up at Johns Hopkins.
Byerly with the kick. This time he thuds that one out of there. Line drive kick over the head of Armagoss, trying to run it down to make a play on it. Fielded it and lost it near the 18-yard line, able to fall on it. But a dangerous play there by Armagoss, chasing it down, trying to make something happen. You got to give him credit for that, Jeff, trailing 17-0, but almost cost the Panthers.
A great pursuit and coverage by Hunter Thomas. He was the lone gunner out there at the wide receiver spot, but just a nice job of chasing down Armagoss.
Panthers on offense now from their own 19-yard line. Hawley conferring with Green before they get this play off. In motion comes Green, left side. Hawley, play fake, looking upfield, trying to get it to Green downfield if he can, but the coverage up front by the Cougars, and Frankowitz puts the sack on Hawley near the 11.
Charles, they got 4 receivers out, but it's nice coverage by Chattahoochee. They got back as it went in motion. You saw one of their safeties, or I guess that was Cooper, who one of their linebackers sort of jumped on back, but they had the good downfield coverage and more like a coverage sack that time.
Second down, loss of 3 on that play. Hawley, play fakes. Here comes pressure. Wrapped up near the 6-yard line and put down. Baron Dixon, the senior, with another big play there for the Cougars. Dixon just up the middle, untouched by that Panther offensive line. Clear path to Hawley. And Dixon closes the deal for the Cougars.
A little bit of a change, though. Usually it's Frankowitz out of the defensive end. They move him over the nose guard. They let Dixon go out. He gets a different matchup. Nice pass rush by Bernard Dixon.
Dixon 6 tackles on the night and got his first sack there on Adam Hawley. So the senior trying to go out in style here at the Georgia Dome. 3rd and 22 for the Panthers. Pass down the field, trying to get it to Green in double coverage, batted away by Hunter Thomas. Helped downfield by Trey Hart for the Cougars. So that will bring up 4th down for the Panther offense. And the Cougars, with just so many weapons offensively and a solid defensive game, just stymied the Panthers. Aerial downfield. And Green trying to bat it away to ensure no interception there by the Cougar defenders. So at the base of the end zone, Matt Hubbard to kick it away. Cougars set to show they weren't going to run back on this one. They're not coming after it, trying to get some good blocking downfield. Hubbard with the kick. It'll be fielded by Thomas. Fair catch called for near the 39-yard line, and that's absolutely what the Panthers don't need, Jeff, giving the Cougars a short field.
No, not at this stage of the game. But you give up two big sacks. You know, you're looking at 4th and 22, 3rd and 22 when you're throwing that back.
DVDs of this game and all 5 championship games can be ordered at GHSA.TV. That's GHSA.TV to order your state championship game on DVD. So the Cougars from the 39 of the Panthers with a 17-0 lead. And about 10 minutes and some change staring them in the face before a championship. Too early for that kind of discussion, but the Cougars, if they can hit one in here for another score, they'll be getting awfully close. Byerly will just keep it on the right side and run it up near the 37-yard line. Stop on the inside by Goodrich for the Panthers. 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard pickup by Byerly. Shotgun for the Cougars. They'll set with slots either side. Byerly with the snap, looking, fires up the middle, got a man there. Whitehurst with the catch back near the 17-yard line. Streaking up the field, the defense never caught up with him before he was able to make that grab.
No huddle offense, calling it right from the line of scrimmage. In the shotgun, rather, not the line of scrimmage. Very nicely executed. A little spot in the zone, catch the pass.
Sat right down with it to catch. 1st and 10. Cougars inside of the red zone. Shotgun Byerly. He'll give it inside, or he'll keep it himself. Spins his way down near the 10-yard line. Nice ball fake on the inside to Nelson. Drew the defense. Fields and Cam Carson make the stop for the Panthers. But that's after about an 8-yard pickup.
I like it on the sideline. They show the numbers, I guess, to signify what kind of play is going to be run. A little bit like that Oregon team.
Byerly on the night, 7 of 12, throwing for 112 yards, 93 yards on the ground after 20 carries. Byerly will keep it himself inside of the 10, close to the 1st down marker for the Cougars. Fields and Armagost on the stop for the Panthers. And starting this drive from the 39-yard line of Stars Mill, you just get the sense that the Cougars know that if they can punch it in here, they can punch their ticket to their first state title.
Stars Mill defense has been out there too long tonight. They're getting tired. There's an attrition factor when you run the ball the way Chattahoochee does. And that big offensive line leaning on them.
1st and goal to go after the run by Byerly. Right side, Byerly following his blocks. Left side, right side, he's in there for the touchdown, but let's check the flag out. That comes in the backfield of the Cougars. Early indication that it's illegal procedure against the Cougars.
That is about as single wing a play as you can get. I haven't seen that play since I was at high school. The Murray State Thoroughbreds, where they used to run that single wing.
John Nelson standing by Nelly.
Things that they're flashing right there. Note you were talking about that a little earlier on all those signs that they're going. They have 50 or 60 plays that can go to either side of the field. Any one of those 2 numbers at any given time are active. So your guess is as good as mine as to which play they're calling because of all these numbers they're flashing up. There are hot reads involved with Byerly too.
Oh.
I wonder they're all going to Harvard.
Option pitch, left side. Whitehurst slices to the inside. That's a touchdown for the Cougars.
Hurt a little bit, though. That leap into the end zone. I don't know what it's down on the ground, Whitehurst.
After the touchdown run, did not appear to come outside of the end zone. Whitehurst with the touchdown.
He got some elevation, but he might have come down on an ankle or something. Maybe just a cramp, I hope.
Cougars extend their lead to 23-0. But the concern now is for the senior slot receiver, Kane Whitehurst. And there you see some of the faithfuls from Chattahoochee.
Out of the Whitehurst family, Matt Stewart told us earlier. David, of course, another quarterback who played in the NFL for the Packers, and Charlie, I think is his son. Kane, I'm not sure. I don't think it's a son. I think it's a nephew or something.
On the replay, nobody there. You saw him with a little twist of the ankle there as he made that cut. And that very well may have been it, but it did not stop him from getting into the end zone. It does not stop Lathrop from converting the point after, and the Cougars leading it 24-0. Appear not to be stopping until they get this 4A state championship. On the pitch there, you can see just a little hitch there when he makes that turn at the corner. It comes down. It was that same left leg after the run.
He can elevate. Nice looking receiver, nice looking player.
So Whitehurst with a run from scrimmage. And the Cougars lead it now 24-0. 8 minutes remaining in this 4A championship ball game. The Panthers are going to have to just throw caution to the wind now.
Well, you're not getting any run back. I mean, they're sticking this ball in the end zone most of the night tonight.
5-play, 39-yard drive with a short field for the Cougars. 2:05 off the clock. 13 yards away, Kane Whitehurst with the touchdown. Lathrop with the kick, just like he's done before, powers it into the end zone. Ruff with the grab, but that'll bring the Panthers to the 20 to start this drive. And there, Whitehurst at the Cougars sideline. Coach Chad Phillips and his Panthers. Just 8 minutes to work a miracle here in the Georgia Dome. Getting the word from John Nelson at sideline that it was just a cramp for Kane Whitehurst, so good news for him and the Cougars. Holly going upfield, past, trying to get it out in the flats, but that pass goes incomplete. John Abbey, reserve wideout, intended receiver. But that'll bring up second down.
Well, this is where you need some people to make some plays. You need somebody to come up with a big play, get some momentum going.
Shotgun.
They're dropping 8 and rushing 3.
Roll left side. Holly fires at the corner. That one, the route was jumped at the corner, and it'll be an interception. It was picked off by Chris Johnson for the Cougars. Jumped that route at the sideline and able to keep that football. Cougars get it on the turnover. After the transition, it'll be Cougars with the football. Short field, they lead it 24-0. You're watching the 2010 GHSA State Football Championships on GPB.
On GPB is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
Back live, 7:51 remaining in this 4A championship ball game. A big play there by the Cougar defense. They'll get the football back at the 25-yard line of the Panthers. Byerly slices back to the inside after the quarterback keeper. So Cougars now with an opportunity to add another score.
Well, you're going to use a lot of clock. Keep it on the ground. Chew it up the yardage a little bit, move the chains, use the clock.
First meeting ever between these two teams comes in the 4A championship ball game.
Uh-oh, substitution.
Indeed. Participation infraction by the Cougars.
There's a lot of times you're trying to put some guys in who haven't had a chance to play. Get them into the state championship game, maybe one guy here or there. Sometimes it messes up the rotations.
Second down. 14 now for the Cougars. Pushed back to the 28-yard line of Starrs Mill. On the ground, left side is Gregory with the carry, but he's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. Cougars, as you indicate, Jeff, now just trying to get that clock rolling here in the Dome. On their way, 7 minutes plus to their first state championship. Panthers of Stars Mill under first-year head coach Chad Phillips. Coach Phillips trying to become the first head coach in his first year to win a state title since 2004. When Brian Way, Warner Robins, and Jim Dickerson of Clinch County did it that year. But that dream slipping away here as the Cougars, with Byerly running the football right side, still fighting ahead, spins his way down near the 27-yard line. Gunnar Carson on the stop.
Tough guy, Charles. I mean, he's taking some hits tonight in that running game. Tough quarterback.
John Nelson standing by.
Note, you talk about how tough Byerly is. Get this. I talked to Terry Crowder, and he said Byerly's got a 4.0 GPA, but he bench presses 335 for the power clean. Crowder says he could be our Mike linebacker. He's so strong.
Kid's got the whole package. So they'll try a field goal now. Lacob. This one will be from about 45 yards away. Lacob gets a line drive. Never had a chance on this one. He hit from 50 to start the scoring festivity for the Cougars in this football game. But they're not able to get that one airborne. It went flat off of his foot, and the Panthers will get the football back. 5:51 left in this 4A championship ball game. Coach Chad Phillips and his senior quarterback Adam Holly trying to dial up something here to get the Panthers downfield and into the end zone.
I'm a neutral, but I'd sure like to see Stars Mill get a score, I think, in the championship game. I mean, this, obviously, Chattahoochee is going to win this game. But
yeah, you want to see some positive momentum going toward the Panthers. 14-0. That's Holly. Play fakes in the line. Got a man. That's Zachary Lasky behind the coverage. And Lasky with the over-the-shoulder grab runs it to midfield.
Fall asleep a little bit on the coverage over there. And it looked like Christian Sutherland and Josh Gregory. Somebody sort of turned loose Lasky. That's the second big catch he's made tonight. Had a 17-yarder in the first half.
Third overall for Lasky in terms of receptions at midfield. Panthers, Holly rolls left side. Directs traffic trying to get at the green. Pass goes incomplete. Had two receivers in the route that time. Alex Riddle about 5 yards deeper than Green on the route, but overthrows both.
Well, you can throw a little high because of Green's height. But they've targeted Green an awful lot tonight. Certainly Chattahoochee's keeping a close eye on him.
Pass actually batted by Trey Hart, Cougar secondary.
Trey Hart's played a nice game tonight.
Good job. He has. The junior. Another season of play for Chattahoochee.
It's bigger than 5'11". It's like about a 6'2" guy out there.
Plays big. 2nd and 10. Misdirection. Holly will keep it. Works his way to the 47, but just strong on there by Baron Dixon and pushed back a couple yards. And we'll see where their forward progress is marked. Flags thrown on the field. A couple of players.
All right, lads.
Introducing themselves.
Look at the coach. The coach came out there right away and said, hey, Mr. Dixon, to the sidelines.
So he obliges.
Nice job. Nice job. Keep very good.
Sure. A clean football game, as you indicated. You want to keep it that way.
Yeah, Coach Crowder right away reacted.
Holly on the carry. A couple of Cougars in on that stop. And they'll mark the assessment against Baron Dixon. And a good call there by the officiating crew.
Yeah, they're all over that. Musser's in it. I mean, in my depth chart, Musser I thought was starting tonight, but it was Dixon. Mostly played the nose guard. Musser's been in and out, but he's back in the game now for Dixon.
Coach Crowder in his 7th year at Chattahoochee.
Is a first down.
University of Arkansas graduate. 1st and 10 for his Cougars. At the 34 of the Panthers, that is, at the 34 of the Cougars. Pass intended out in the flats for Green, and it was almost picked at the corner by Trey Hart. So that assessment by Dixon pushes the Panthers down to the 32 of Chattahoochee, and on the replay, tip drill almost in effect there as Gregory tipped it.
You're right, Charles. Nice job by Josh Gregory breaking underneath the ball. They have blanketed Green for the most part tonight. That one big 35-yard catch in the first half, but they're giving a lot of attention to him. Good secondary play by Chattahoochee.
5:24 left in this championship football game. Panthers trying to get a score here. Down at the 32 of the Cougars. Holly dumps it. Lasky, right side, toward the sideline and out of bounds. Near the, they'll put him out at the 30. Josh Gregory with the coverage on the sideline for the Cougars. But this is all by design for that Cougar defense. Playing prevent now, giving stuff up in front of him. Lasky makes the catch, 3rd down and 8.
He only had 11 catches coming into tonight's game. Talking about Lasky, they've targeted him, and he's produced, got nice hands.
3rd down, 8 to go now for Stars Mill. Holly looks left. Now throws back to the right side. Lasky dropped the football.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The curse of the Noter, huh?
Yes, I just bragging on your hands, and he came back to you, and he had some running room too. He had 1st down running room, it looked like.
So Lasky not able to hold on. It will bring up 4th down for the Panthers. From the 30 of the Cougars. Holly, play fake, in the line. Looking left, now trying to throw it to Lasky behind the coverage. Lasky had it batted away. Good defensive work by Josh Gregory, step for step with Zach Lasky, and turns around and knocks it away at the last moment. On the replay, Lasky had a step, but Gregory just saw that he was beat, just turned tail and ran, caught up with that play, and knocked it down at the end.
Yeah, it's good coverage, good underneath coverage without interfering.
More football action coming your way tomorrow from the Georgia Dome. After this 24-0 lead right now for Stars Mill, this is the second of three more games to come your way tomorrow on GPB. Starting tomorrow at the Class A division, it'll be the Panthers of Clinch County and the Raiders of Savannah Christian. That's a 1 o'clock start for the Class A championship ball game from the Dome, followed by the AAA matchup between the Fighting Patriots, defending champs Sandy Creek, against the Trojans of Carrollton. 4:30 start for the AAA contest from the Georgia Dome. And we conclude our coverage tomorrow with the 5A classification championship ball game. Colquitt County Packers at 9-5 and the Broncos of Brookwood at 13-1. Climax our coverage tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Our earlier AA championship ball game was decided. It went to the Wolves of Beaufort, 31-24 over the Yellow Jackets of Calhoun. That one went into overtime for Beaufort. They win it and pull their 4th straight AA championship ball game over the Yellow Jackets. And here with 5:06 remaining in the 4A championship ball game, a GHSA Class 4A championship headed toward Johns Creek, Georgia, just north of Atlanta, as the Cougars with the football, 1st and 10, leading at 24-0. Byerly will keep it right side. Following the blocks, works his way up to the 33. Gunnar Carson on the stop for the Panthers.
Right next to Beaufort, Johns Creek, up in that area there. So 2 champions on the north side, and always know that was always a great rivalry in this state, the northern part of the state and the southern part of the state. And the great teams out of Valdosta and Warner Robins.
Yep. A lot of surprising upsets early in the playoffs this year. Chattahoochee, give them a lot of credit going on the road down in Statesboro last weekend, defeating a tough Blue Devil team. Byerly will work it left side, stop short of the initial line of scrimmage. Kamalu on the stop for the Panthers.
With the state championships here in Atlanta, the AJC has been highlighting a series of articles on coaches and been kind of interesting, getting some feedback about what the coaches think of their game.
State championship wins. North Fulton, a lot of that going that way. Roswell in 06 and the 5A champ. North Springs 74 Class A. Class A in 70 with Roswell. North Springs 69, the AA championship there. And Roswell in 68 and 56, the Class B and C champions. So the northern area of the state not without its fanfare in terms of championships.
Yeah, I saw that Roswell Collins Hill game up in Roswell. I live in Roswell. We've had some great teams there over the years.
Fourth down play coming here now for that man, Coach Terry Crowder and his Cougars of Chattahoochee. Come in with a solid game plan tonight in the championship ball game. They executed extremely well. And on their way to the championship against a Panther team from Starrs Mill. In all fairness, Jeff, this was not their best performance of the season tonight. Just not able to get things on track.
They couldn't get their offense going. Played way too much defense tonight.
Byerly drops back in the shotgun with the quick pinch kick now. Sends Amargost on the run. He'll try to field it over the shoulder. Lost it momentarily. Now picks it up at the 8. Wrapped up and slung down right in his tracks. Downfield once again is Hunter Thomas for the Cougars of Chattahoochee. Coach Terry Crowder in his 7th season at Chattahoochee, and this is what he likes about the profession of coaching.
I love Friday nights. I think that is special. I don't know another job where the excitement that's created. I like being around kids. It's just a special job that I don't think you can find anywhere else.
John Nelson.
You talk about Terry Crowder and what he's learned and from who. The late Alan Faring, who coached at Collins Hill and North Gwinnett, brought him from Fayetteville, Arkansas. He learned how to study game film from him. Mike Fallour is one of his best friends growing up. He's the current coach at Northwest Whitfield. Is one of the best motivators that Crowder has ever seen.
So Crowder surrounded by a lot of good tutelage and has come into his own as a head coach at Chattahoochee.
Well, I'd echo his comments. Living in Roswell, and Ray Manis had some great teams there, but I can remember my kids were young, and I've got grandchildren now, but taking them to a Friday night and watching them play around in the backfields as the game was being progressed, or not even paying a lot of attention, but just enjoying themselves with other friends there at the game. There's something about Friday night high school football, especially in Georgia. They do it up big here. They do it right.
Yeah, absolutely. 24-0 Cougars with the lead. Panthers under 2 minutes remaining, stumbling ahead. On the carry was Davis Asen. Asen, the junior, getting some reps now. 122 yards on the season for him. As we're going to a minute 35 left in this football game. And the crowd from Johns Creek and Chattahoochee High School, the dome belongs to them tonight. Asen once again on the carry. Up to the 21-yard line. 3rd and 3 coming here for the Panthers. Correction on that. It's 1st and 10 now for the Panthers of Starrs Mill at the 21-yard line. So with a minute 9 left, Panthers likely able to keep this football until the game expires. See if they can try to take it downfield for more, or a touchdown if they can. Bouncing off one would-be tacklers, Asen. Angles back right side, got it up near the 27.
Coach Crowder over hugging Beverly. Whitehurst.
33 seconds left, and the crowd is at a frenzied level just behind that Cougar bench. Up the middle on the carry. And that'll be our final play of this football game. As Coach Crowder can breathe a sigh of relief. Cougars of Chattahoochee save a couple of penalties, near flawless contest for the team from Johns Creek. And they're your state champions for 2010 in the 4A classification. It's the Cougars of Chattahoochee who win it 24-0. Absolutely outstanding performance by the Cougars. Unblemished season at 15-0. And they take away the hardware here in the 4A championship ballgame. Terry Crowder in his 7th season as head coach. So many weapons as you see the two coaches conferring there after the end of the ball game. Chattahoochee. School's only been around since 1991. And they get their first championship.
Nice.
Cougars of Chattahoochee, 318 yards total offense in tonight's ball game. Byerly with 26 carries for 108 yards. Passing the football, he was 7 of 12 for 112. So Byerly continuing his nice balance of run and pass to help his Cougars claim this 4A championship. Whitehurst, 4 catches on the day, 83 yards. Nelson, the freshman, 14 carries for 73 yards, had a long of 20, and he actually set up one of the earlier touchdowns in the ball game. So just like they diagnosed it, this Chattahoochee team so balanced, and they got play from multiple sources tonight in the air and on the ground. And put it all together, it's a 24-0 win, and it's a 4A championship.
Chattahoochee is everything they cranked it up to be. Nice offensive football team, have some balance passing and running. Talented players, big offensive line, much better defense, and I think than a lot of people have given them credit for. I think people during the season have put some yardage on them, but they were stout tonight.
Indeed. Coming into the ball game, that was a scouting report that if you could run the football, you had a chance against this Cougar defense. But tonight, they were strong on all fronts, passing and defending the pass and the run.
Yeah, they took the run away from Stars Mill. I'm not sure if Lasky was at full force, but had a nice catch on the ball. Caught 4 for 51, but he only ran the ball 10 times. And certainly wasn't what kind of year he has, as he set the all-time rushing record at Stars Mill that was held by Reuben Houston.
Watch some of the Cougar players celebrating with the fans in here inside the Georgia Dome. Just 83 yards on the ground for the Panthers of Stars Mill, and that was the difference. If you don't get to that Cougar defense through the run, you have very little chance. In the air for the Panthers of Stars Mill, 20 attempts, only 8 completions. And if I'm reading this right, Jeff, Holly had 112 yards in the air.
Yes.
That's about the only...
Big catch, a 35-yarder by Jeff Green in the first half. And he also had a 30-yard catch by Lasky. So that's 65 of it in 2 catches.
Well, the Cougars just able to shut down that Panther offense. Panther offense featuring more of a run attack than pass. But the Cougars played them well. Cougars with their first state championship. The winners in the first round against Pope, Marist in the second, Dutchtown in the quarterfinals, over Statesboro in the semis, and they win the championship ball game here tonight over the Panthers of Stars Mill. GHSA 2010 state championships. Gil Tyree standing down at field level. Gil.
All right, Charles, thank you. Great call with you and Noter. And it's a great time in Johns Creek right now. Let's go to the PA announcer at the Georgia Dome, Phil Davis. Phil?
Dr. Ralph Swearingen. Mr. Mark Harmon of Georgia Public Broadcasting, and State Farm agents Mark Gray, Ben Collinger, Nelson Carpe, and Greg Evans. And now, first up, this year's runner-up for Class 4A at the 2010 State Football Championships. Let's give a great big round of applause for the Panthers from Starrs Mill. Like I say, it's a journey just to make it to the championship ball game.
Get your trophy and get some pictures.
That's a hell of a season, boys. Best ever. Best ever. Way to go. What a part. Thank you, man.
Let's give a big hand for Starrs Mill Panthers. And now for the state championship presentation, we turn it over to Georgia Public Broadcasting's Mark Harmon.
Thank you very much. It's time now to present the 4A championship trophy to the undefeated Chattahoochee Cougars. To make the presentation, we have the Executive Director of the GHSA, Dr. Ralph Swearingen.
Gentlemen, congratulations on a great game today and a fine year. Coach Crowder, congratulations to you folks. I want to bring front and center Ben Collinger and Nelson Carpe to make the trophy presentation.
Congratulations, guys. Congratulations, Coach.
Take it. Coach Crowder, Terry, congratulations. What a dominating effort by your team tonight.
Yeah, I'm really, this team is special, and I feel for the Starrs Mill guys right now. They are a class act, and Coach does a great job with them. I never expected this, but this is a special group, and they were very focused this week.
22 seniors on your team. They're going out with the state 4A championship.
Hey, it's kind of unreal right now. I know that we've been working on this since January in our meetings and talking about it, and I couldn't be prouder for those kids or that community out there.
The Cougar Nation is fired up, no doubt. You guys 15-0, you run the table. It is the first state football championship in school history.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm in a dream world right now. I knew these kids had it in it, but it's such a tough road. It's so hard to win a state championship, but I'll hang my hat on those guys.
Seems like it's been quite a while since the dog days of August when you guys are starting out in practice, and now you're wrapping up here in December in the Georgia Dome.
Yeah, what a special place to have it here and to do this with so many people here supporting us. And we're going back, and we're going to have another one in the gym when we get back.
Let's grab your quarterback right now, Tim Byerly. Tim, talk a little about what this means to you to win the state championship.
Well, we deserve it more than anybody else. Let's go, Chattahoochee!
Kane made a nice touchdown in there. Talk about winning this one for your school.
Well, you know, it's a lot of hard work paid off, and you know, it feels good, and we're all excited, and it's, you know, great for the school. So.
All right, congratulations once again to the undefeated 15-0 state champion Cougars of Chattahoochee. And now let's throw it back over to Gil Tyree for some final thoughts.
All right, Mark Harmon, thank you. And what has been a historic day for both Buford and Chattahoochee ends here tonight with Chattahoochee winning the Quad A state championship, a 24-0 win over Starrs Mill. What will day two bring? A triple header here on GPB. We kick things off with Zach Klein and Fletcher Proctor. They will take you through today with Savannah Crichton, and also we should mention they will play Clinch County. So for all of us here at GPB, it's been a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow for day 2 of the Georgia High School Association's football championship under the big top here at the Georgia Dome, where you can be a partner in changing the lives in a positive way for kids here by partnering with us here at GPB. Good night.